It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Well, there is a popular sentiment that a romantic relationship will always have a stronger foundation if the two of you first started off as friends. Well, it can be easy to fall for a good friend, but what are the risks and implications of pursuing a relationship with them? On the flip side, a strong bond of friendship forms very easily during the course of a romantic relationship, but continuing to be friends after a breakup can prove to be difficult. So, should you always stay friends with your experts is the question.
With your exes, yeah?
With your exes.
Well, our relationship expert, Paula Quinsee, is joining us again to discuss whether it is good to mix love with friendship. So if you have any questions or comments to share with us, please do call us on 021 430 9881. Paula, good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. It's been great. It's great to be back here again.
Excellent. So is it sometimes a lot easier to develop romantic feelings for a friend, and sometimes maybe to even be confused about how you feel about them?
I think it is possible, but the great foundation for a relationship is friendship. But sometimes friends don't always reciprocate what they feel.
Yes.
So that's always the risk of going from the friend zone to the romantic zone, is that sometimes those feelings are not reciprocated. So there's always the risk with that. But friendship is a good foundation for a relationship, because when you are friends, you can be open and honest with each other, you trust each other, you're there for each other, you support each other, communication, all of those things when it comes to a relationship.
So what are some of the risks that you have to consider and implications of pursuing a relationship, a romantic relationship with someone who was once a good friend?
Heartbreak.
I know,
Yeah.
because I think that's the first thing that people are afraid of, losing the person altogether if things don't work out.
And that is the risk, particularly if it has been a long-standing friendship. And those are some things you need to consider before you step into that space, is what are the risks and consequences? I could end up losing this friend forever. And am I ready to do that?
Yeah.
Well, we're hoping to get your calls and comments and questions on this topic. 02143098881. Perhaps are you in a relationship with somebody who was your friend formerly, and now you have this amazing blossoming love, or did you lose a friend and maybe you want to try and get them back? Paula's here to talk to us about that. So this truth of the notion that a friendship is always a strong foundation to start off on. I mean, but the way in which we meet people these days on social media, you don't always have the time to act on the friendship first before the romantic feelings. Would you say statistically is it proven that you would have a longer lasting and stronger relationship if you were friends first?
I think there's a mixed emotions out there around the yes and the no for both ways. I think whether you're starting out at friends or whether you are meeting someone through social media and getting into a relationship, you need to build the foundation of the relationship. And part of that process is getting to know each other on a deeper level. A lot of the times we get to know people on that superficial level.
On that Instagram filter level,
yeah,
right?
or the swipe left, swipe right.
Oh, yes.
You know.
I don't know what that is.
No, you don't. So, and we live in a world of instant gratification these days. If we don't like something, we go next and we move on to the next thing. And I don't think people are really taking the time to get to really know people on a deeper level. And when I work with people around what are they looking for in their perfect partner, some of the things that we need to consider is values, belief systems, spirituality, financial standing, career aspirations, and then the usual, your hobbies and interests, background, culture, traditions. All of those things play a huge role when it comes to a relationship.
Oh, well, I know that there are those of you who are currently sitting with the situation where you are, kind of weighing up those risks and implications of maybe falling in love with someone who was once your friend. If that is you, give us a call. 021 430 9881 is the number to dial.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, we're back again with our relationship expert, Paula Quinsee, talking about our topic today, which is the question of, is it a good thing to mix friendships and relationships? Should you be crossing that boundary from the friend zone into the romantic zone? Give us a call on 021 430 9881. And I don't know if we've really come to a kind of conclusion on this. You start developing feelings for your friend. How do you make it known and also kind of guard your heart? Because like you were saying to us during the break, is that nobody likes rejection.
Yeah. No, we don't like rejection because it doesn't make us feel good about ourselves. So there's two ways that you could approach this. One is sort of in a light-hearted, roundabout way, asking, so let's say it's you, got feelings for your friend now,
Yeah.
and you could ask in a roundabout way for relationship advice, you know. What kind of girl do you think would be good for me? What are some of the, you know me well as my friend, so, and you could start sort of making
that what you call
inquiries.
testing out the waters?
Testing the waters, absolutely. Or you could be big and bold and really put yourself out there and say, listen, this is where I'm at and this is what I'm feeling and this is what I
just feel
like.
The former has the possibility of having like a double break.
Yeah.
If they say and describe somebody to you that has no link to them at all, then you're
Yes.
like, oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Then
But
you
also,
know.
I don't think you should be random in a moment like that. I think that you'll feel, you'll be warm when the person's in the room. Things will tingle. The atmosphere in the room changes. It's all of a sudden electric. But don't take it from me. Let's speak to our caller on the line. Good morning. How are you?
Good and you.
Yo,
morning,
Sipho
Sipho.
from Johannesburg.
Yes.
What is
How are
your
you?
comment? I'm good, my brother. I'm good. What is your comment or your question on the topic?
Good, my dad. It's a comment. I'm married for 8 years, and I have a 5-year-old daughter. And my wife, we were actually friends before. And it is possible that you can date someone and become friends. Although it's risky, you have to find ways how to do it, and it does work. I'm happily married for 8 years, and then it's working so far.
Can I ask you, how did you break out of the proverbial friend zone into the relationship zone?
It wasn't easy, let me tell you that. Because what happened was, as you know, at us, we say ukshela.
Sure.
And I actually never did that to her. And then she always reminds me, which I still owe her that. But I remember I wrote a little note, put it in her bag, and then I just said to her, I love you and you know who. And that's how it happened. And then I think she figured it out, and then, we started dating up until we got married.
And now a beautiful family.
Oh,
Sipho,
love
thanks,
it.
my brother. Thanks for sharing that story. That's a beautiful love
Nice,
story
I
right
like
there.
it.
But don't forget, you must still ushela umntwana wakho, umbambe kahle, yabona. But so that's a perfect example of when it worked out well.
Yeah.
If you are on the receiving end of that rejection and your friend says, you know what, I don't like you like that, I prefer us to be friends, what's the best way to deal with that disappointment? Because now you're going to have to go through seeing that person with other people, but knowing that you're still burning inside.
And it's hard because, as I said, we do take it personally, but it's harder. Can you try and sort of separate the emotion from the feedback and go, okay, so maybe I'm not the right person for this person, or they're not the right person for me, they're just not in the same space as me, and at least we can still salvage the friendship, and I can have this person in my life as a friend than not at all. And it may be a bit awkward and uncomfortable at first, so you may need to give each other a little bit of distance and space to just kind of settle back into the friend zone. Or again, the risk may be that you lose the friendship because it's just too awkward. But I think that's where emotional maturity comes into play.
Exactly. Well, this is your time. This is your space. Give us a call on 021-430-9881 if you have a question or a comment for Paula. I want to know, if you did pursue this relationship and things didn't work out, can you really go back to being friends?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Of course, we are hanging out with Paula, and she's our relationship expert this morning. And we're talking about can a real lasting romantic relationship develop out of a friendship? I'm not going to lie, you guys. I really would like to fall in love with a good friend. I really would. Unfortunately, in my life, it's not very prevalent or easy to find someone who wants to grow in love with you. But let's talk about this whole thing about falling in love with your best friend. Are those feelings real?
I think they are, because over time, through the friendship, you really get to know this person on a level that you wouldn't normally. And through that, feelings and emotions develop. And also, you've shared so much together. You've gone to places, you've done things, you've had long, deep, meaningful chats. So there is a deeper bond. To move from friendship into relationship, you've got to now take it to that next level by bringing in a bit of the romance. So that's where you need to start dating and making the effort to bring the romance into it.
All right. We got Usfiso from Joburg calling us right now. Sfiso, how you doing, my brother?
I'm okay. How are you?
Sharp, man. Thanks for the call. So what is your question or your comment on the topic?
my comment is that I do agree. The friendship with love, yes, you can mix it. Because when you're in love, you have to be friendly too. Be a friend with your partner.
Tell me, Expresso, have you been able to go from that friendship zone into the relationship zone successfully?
Yes, even right now, the lady I have now, I love her so much. We're friends, we do everything together, we had fun together. We have such a nice relationship, everything.
That's fantastic, man. I'm glad to hear that. So it seems like more often than not, people are able to escape that friend zone. But one of the questions that I wanted to ask earlier on is, so now you're in this friendship circle, you know, mutual friends, and you discover that you have feelings for a friend in that circle, and now you decide to take that romantic relationship a step further, or take it into the romantic relationship. How do you then kind of manage the relationships into all the friends so that, you know, now you can't just come around and like spank my girl's booty. No, she's my girlfriend now. Otherwise, it's gonna pop off. Do you know what I mean? How do you manage that?
And that is one of the consequences of moving into that space, is you need to put healthy boundaries in place. First of all, between the two of you as a couple, because now you've moved from friends to couple.
Yes.
And then in terms of the friends and where the boundaries lie. So sort of really formally introducing and making it official.
Like, hey guys,
we are partners now.
Yes.
So that there's that respect for each other, but also for them as a couple. And the support as well, because friends give us support and family. So and obviously, when we introduce someone new, we want them to approve of our partner. And the risk is if it goes south, the friendships also now get involved potentially.
Oh, the risks are very, very high indeed, but the rewards can be equally high. But give us a call on 021-430-9881. We've got Paula Quinsee, our relationship expert, and we're speaking about developing feelings for your friend and whether that is a good idea at all.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yo, hey, the conversations we were having
Deep
here
stuff.
with Paula Quinsee, our relationship expert. Our line is also open 021-430-9881. Moving from the friendship zone into the relationship zone. Is it a good thing to do? Should you just kind of leave it be? Especially when it comes to dating, let's say, somebody right now, and you broke up with an ex-friend who used to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend. How then do you weigh up the importance of those two things? If your partner doesn't like the fact that you're friends with your exes, for instance, how do you handle that?
And that's always a tough one, because there is a history and we can't pretend that there hasn't been a history. We all have pasts, we all have baggage. I think it's how you maintain those boundaries in your new relationship and how respectful you are to your partner and where they are at and their feelings and what they're going through, and how can you make them feel that they are the number one priority and they are the person that you want to be with, and that the ex is just that, it's an ex. And I think it goes along, how do you include them in conversations or decisions or social activities so that they can actually see for themselves that there's nothing for them to be concerned about and that you are the number one person.
I think that it's a massive decision to make, because I can see why some people decide to not pursue a relationship with a best friend or with a good friend, because not only will you lose the good friend, but you will lose the person that you love as well, should things, go south. The question that I want to ask is, should you pursue this relationship when you know you want it to be something that's lasting, potentially headed towards marriage? And should you maybe stay away from it if you know, it's just, I just want to see what's going on there.
I just want to snack attack.
So if we're talking friends with benefits,
Yes.
there's a risk involved with that, as anything in life, there's risks involved. And I think at the end of the day is, what are the consequences, and are you prepared to take the risk and face the consequences either way? Moving into a relationship and you see yourself spending the rest of your life with this person, then potentially the risk is worth it, because you'll never know. If you don't put yourself out there, no risk, no reward.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, at least you can say, well, I tried and I pursued it. And if it didn't work out, then potentially no regrets, versus that, will I ever know? It could have, should have.
I also wanted to ask, so if it didn't work out between you and a former best friend who you dated, should you be trying to keep that friendship alive afterwards? Or should you just kind of let everything go?
Yeah, again, it's difficult, because every circumstance and every relationship is different. And sometimes after the breakup, it just might be too awkward. not only for you as the two people from the relationship, but also the common friends. They may feel they now need to choose sides. And who are they going to choose? And it's putting them in a situation. So it's how do you manage that in that what's right for you first and foremost, and then other people.
Sure. So it sounds like from all these conversations, if you're going to try it, you better be sure that you want it for the long haul. Otherwise, it can destroy so much in your life.
You guys, I'm just going to tweet Idris. I'm just going to do it. Get out there.